Hey guys, Operator Drewski here, and today we're going to be talking about the bomber aircraft in Battlefield 1 and why it is, in my opinion, the most effective vehicle in Battlefield 1 at the moment. Now, in my opinion, the light tank is one of the most powerful, but it just can't handle enough players that quickly. It has 4 rounds, and it runs out of ammo pretty quickly, and also, if there's smart players that are fighting against you, they'll know to overwhelm you with grenades and such, and pretty much kill you very, very easily. That additionally goes for any other tanks as well. I honestly see tanks being killed a lot faster than they were in the beta because players have slowly begun to figure out, okay, this is what I have to use against tanks to kill the tanks and such. Especially players with K bullets and, you know, the anti-tank grenades and the AT rocket guns. You can tell that people are starting to get the hang of it and starting to take out tanks a lot faster. But one thing I really like about Battlefield is that there are no lock-on missiles. That is one of the most important things, in my opinion, to Battlefield 1's overall feel of good aircraft gameplay, is that you aren't just hearing beeps every single 5 seconds when you're in the air. And you don't have to deploy flares or anything, and you don't have to rely on the small chance that your flares won't even work and that missile will hit you anyways. So let me explain why, in my opinion, the bomber is one of the most effective in terms of killing power and playing the objective. Now, I know telling you that an aircraft is good at playing the objective is a weird thing, but let me explain why. First off, it's a lot slower. It can honestly circle objectives a lot easier than other aircraft could in Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3 because it's just so slow. Additionally, it has 3 different seats, all having a different job to do. First off, the front gunner pretty much has the same job as the pilot gunner, but his is a little bit more, I guess, versatile. The front gunner's job is having this very powerful, high explosive splash damage cannon. This cannon, although it doesn't have a lot of range, you can't really shoot it across the entire map, is a very powerful anti-infantry weapon. This thing can seriously kill, let's say, 3 guys in a single strafing run, and it's absolutely powerful as hell. You don't need a lot of skill to use it. As long as you keep your eyes focused on the target and you don't lose the target in the actual muzzle flash of this cannon, you can usually kill infantry with it very easily. Additionally, the pilot seat is, in my opinion, the most effective of them all, and the pilot seat has 2 different types of bombs and as well as a kind of scanning option. If you press the 3 button on a keyboard, it will instantly scan the area with your bomb sight, and you can actually mark all enemies in that area as long as you're low enough to the ground. Additionally, you have 2 different types of bombs. You have the anti-tank bombs and you also have the anti-infantry bombs. And the anti-tank bombs are on your 1 key and the anti-infantry bombs are on your 2 key. Now, usually, I believe if you just hit a tank with only the anti-tank bombs, you won't actually kill it. But if you hit it with both the anti-infantry and the anti-tank bombs, you will usually kill a tank in 1 hit. Yeah, that's right. You can actually kill a fully healed tank that just spawned brand new out of their spawn point with 1 hit. Therefore, using this at the start of a round, having some bombers just instantly spawn at the start of a round and going and bombing their tanks as they leave their spawn point, honestly is a douche move, but it extremely lowers their efficiency at taking bigger objectives once they hit the front line of the red team versus blue team front line. Because once those tanks start fighting infantry, you really do see that they start just absolutely shredding objectives without even any help. You can have a light tank and an objective and just absolutely destroying everybody around it, but if you don't have that light tank, it usually would get taken by someone else. I've honestly seen people just going up to objectives by themselves and taking objectives with just a single tank. It's crazy. And that's how powerful tanks are in the game. They're very powerful, but I think that bombers honestly counteract the power of the tanks. And honestly, if you mark a tank on the ground and a bomber sees it, is an extremely easy target, and you can get so many kills and really help your team out as well if you do take out a gigantic tank. So again, let's go just refresh. The front gunner is a high explosive splash damage cannon that is a gimbal. It pretty much is the same cannon on the front of the attack plane. It's just that now it's not fixed, it's gimbaled, so you can actually turn it around, look up, look down, look left, look right. And it's a very effective cannon. Honestly, for anti-infantry and even anti-light vehicles, you can use it pretty dang effectively, and it also injures tanks. If you really want to bug a tank that's trying to repair on the quiet part of the battlefield, you can hit them a few times with that, and it will injure them a few points. Now, the pilot seat as well has those anti-tank and anti-infantry bombs that honestly you should drop at the same time no matter what. I honestly think that the bombs just used in succession, where you click 2, you left click, you click 1, you left click, where you just pretty much drop the bombs at the same time, is one of the most effective ways to do it, just because you can have so much more area of effect with two different types of bombs, especially when the anti-tank bombs have a bigger explosive radius than the anti-personnel bombs. Now let's talk about the rear cannon. It's nothing special. It's an LMG, water-cooled, you know, the standard LMG that you see on tripods around the battlefield, but on the back of a bomber, it can actually kill fighter planes and attack planes alike faster than the attack planes or the fighter planes can even kill the bomber. This thing is more effective than the gigantic cannon on the front of an attack plane or the like quad cannons or dual cannons on the front of a fighter plane. It's absolutely insane, this gun. This gun can shred any aircraft apart. I've honestly sat there. I don't know if I have footage of this because it's probably a long time ago. It was like a week ago. But I was sitting there on the back of a bomber that Via Recon was flying, and I literally took out two fighter aircraft that were at 100% in about 30 seconds, I would say. Two fighter aircraft that were coming after our bomber because we had killed so many people already were chasing our bomber, and I was able to take them out. And it doesn't require that much skill. It's just a very, very effective anti-aircraft weapon. If you have the guy on the back of your ship just kind of spraying across the battlefield at other bombers, it stops them from repairing, and it will honestly take them out extremely quickly, even if the rear gunner isn't even doing any much at all. Because every time you take damage, you cannot repair your aircraft until about 5 seconds later you can start repairing again. But if you take damage during that repair cycle, you lose all of the progress in that repair cycle, and your plane has to wait about 5 seconds to even start the progress again. So overall, what I'm saying is that if you have a very, very aware and competent squad of guys that are in your aircraft communicating to each other, it is one of the most effective weapons or vehicles in Battlefield, I think, of any Battlefield game since Battlefield 2. I know that's a lot to say with a slow-moving biplane, but seriously, 3-seater, high explosive cannon on the front, gigantic bombs on the bottom that can one-hit a tank, and also a just anti-aircraft master gun on the back of the aircraft just makes the bomber a complete package for you and your friends to absolutely dominate the battlefield. Additionally, in my opinion, it's one of the best at playing the objective because it can just do so much splash damage that when it attacks, it really just does have a huge area of effect that you can honestly clear some objectives with a single bomb strafe or just your main gunner on the front firing down on it on infantry. It is crazy effective, this aircraft, and I honestly highly suggest it, because not only does this aircraft just kill aircraft like old planes used to in Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3, it also does a lot to ground units. It's even more effective than the attack plane from Battlefield 4, which was primarily an anti-ground aircraft. It's just so slow, which is kind of a good thing because then you have a little bit more awareness over the area below you. It has such powerful weapons in every single weapon slot, and honestly there's not really a weakness about the aircraft other than its turning radius. And also, if you have 3 guys in the aircraft all communicating together, it's just so effective. I really just suggest you giving it a try, in my opinion, because it's just so much fun. It's more fun than driving a tank for sure. And when you get like octa kills in it, it's just what? When you're the bomber and you drop bombs on an objective and you get 8 kills at once, it is pretty insane, and honestly that makes you want to play some more of it, definitely. So hopefully you guys enjoy the bomber video. I just really like this aircraft, and I really wanted to suggest it to more people and kind of give reasons why, in my opinion, it's the most effective vehicle in Battlefield at the moment, other than behemoths and all their OP-ness. But honest, OP-ness? Oh gosh, I just said I didn't mean to say that. Oh, penis. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. What do you think is the most powerful vehicle in Battlefield? Do you believe me when I say the bomber is, or do you think that there's a different vehicle in Battlefield that is more powerful than the bomber? So hit me up with a message in the comment section down below of what you think about the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.